What's up, good people? It's your boy Kelvin back at y'all, man. Salute to everyone out there. So check this out. This is gonna be part 2 of my conversation. My boy Mark, he came through and chopped it up, and we're finishing up. Talk about women's college basketball, and also we're gonna speak about Caitlin Clark, her lasting impact on women's college basketball, as far as TV ratings, viewership. Where we would rank her all time, as far as the great women's college basketball players, and what would her future possibly be in the WNBA and the future for other WNBA players. So y'all check it out. I'll be back at the end for some final thoughts. I'm gonna wrap it up for women's college basketball. So check it out. We're finna transfer real quick before we close out over to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, amazing, transcended. She propelled the women's college game to all-time heights, record viewership. I know they did not win the championship, in my opinion, because their team wasn't that good. What you think about Caitlin Clark as far as the all-time ranking and stuff like that? What's your thoughts on?
I got Caitlin Clark. I haven't watched a lot of Cheryl Miller, so it's hard for me to say who's first or second in that case. And I followed your lead of something that you said a long time ago, which was it's kind of hard to compare like the old guys from the '60s to the guys currently. It's kind of hard to say, Scottie Pippen better than Elgin Baylor when you watch them play, because they just play completely different. They got different shoes, different therapists, different guys who working on them and everything else. So it's kind of hard. But from the women I have seen, and I've seen them all from Cheryl Swoops all the way to now. In college, Caitlin Clark was the best player I've ever seen, because not only she led the country in scoring, she led the country in assists. And I have never seen a team miss so many layups from her.
A ton of layups. I when they released the brackets, I was very shocked that Iowa was a #1 seed, because when I was watching them through in a year, I didn't think they was very good. I just thought Caitlin Clark was just that great. She made them better and made the team play better. But Caitlin Clark, amazing. Go ahead.
And what people are gonna say is they're gonna say, "Oh man, her record was this good and la la la, et cetera, et cetera." Her record. Nah. I'm like, no. I watched a lot of games, and not just Iowa games. Iowa was more than likely one of the least talented teams in there, but they had a great player who could carry them. And that's the thing about basketball. One super great player could literally carry you far. Not saying they can carry you to the championship. Right. But they can carry you, and they can propel you to who knows. But that team was at best had average talent at best, and
below average to me. But go ahead.
I know I'm highballing it actually.
Right. I
tell people like this. I know everyone loves Juju. I know everyone. People like Beckers now because they hate Caitlin Clark. You can move Caitlin Clark onto USC team and they win the championship. You take Juju off and put Caitlin Clark over there, they win the championship, because they have very good teammates. They have very good players around them.
Easy.
You put Juju over there, Iowa's no way they get that far. It's no way. I'm not saying, and don't get it wrong, people. I'm not saying that Caitlin Clark is a better individual player, because I do think Juju is the most talented and the most skilled. But Caitlin Clark is the best player, where when you're able to carry your team. Even when your bad game is 30 points and you still grabbing, putting up 12 assists and 8 boards, and you still hitting clutch shots and making, she could easily have, on a team like USC or LSU, if she was on that team, she probably averaged 15, 16 assists.
I was just going to say that if she was on that Iowa missed so many layups and stuff. If she played on a good team, I don't know how many assists she averaged this year.
She averaged like 9.
Okay. If she was on a good team, she could have easily averaged 13, 14 assists.
Easy.
Them girls miss So many wide open shots, so many
Stokey missed by 2 or 3 a game on her own on layups.
Yeah,
you know.
The talent was so subpar on our. She just made a non-blue blood program until relevant, but the talent compared to the other teams wasn't there, man. It just wasn't. Nah,
And the thing is also about Iowa, they were very undersized. They had no chance at beating South Carolina.
No.
If they played South Carolina in the best of 7 series, they get swept. Yep. And this probably be the closest game. Right. Because Martin played really well. She actually did really well the last 2 games. And the other little girl, Aldorf, I can't remember her first name, but Aldorf, she kind of whatever in the last game, but the game before she had like 15 against UConn, and they need every one of those buckets. But they were so undersized with Cordova and them. I think they almost lost the rebounders by like double digits, like 55 or something like that to like 29 or 30. You're not winning any game when you get outboarded like that. Literally, every time South Carolina missed, they almost got the offensive board and put it back up. It was just nothing that they could do. Right. They held on the best that they could. They did about as well as they could. And congrats to that girl, Raven, I believe her name. What's her name? Raven. That girl has that D, man. She did really well.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been wanting
South Carolina.
Yeah, I've been wanting to say this right quick. No Diddy. I just had to throw that in there. No Diddy, man. I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there. But she had that defense. That was the best defense I've seen on Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she did.
For it to be man to man. But if you notice, she had the same structure and build as the girls from West Virginia did. Right. The same short, stocky, look kind of fast, athletic. And she did a hell of a job,
I'm just gonna say that Caitlin Clark, I know everybody gonna hold the non-championships against her, and I'm a big championship guy too because I grew up, watching the NBA in the '80s and '90s, and the championships was the standard. You know what I'm saying? And I took that to college and everywhere else. But on this case, it's really not fair because when you compare the other great women of the past, even going back to Cheryl Miller, because I just watched the game this morning, the '83 championship game when Cheryl Miller played Louisiana Tech. Cheryl Miller played with other great players, other great talent. Even as great as she was, that Caitlin Clark did not, didn't have that, man. She didn't play with any All-Americans. Did she play with anybody that made it to the WNBA in the whole?
Nope.
Did that center last year? Did she go to? She hadn't played with anybody going to the WNBA or nothing. So it's not fair. When you're talking about Diana Taurasi and all them other
Brianna Stewart
and Candace Park and
Maya Moore,
all them stacked teams with all them All-Americans. It's not fair.
Shamika Holsclaw.
Right. They got 3 and 4 champions because their teams were loaded. Even Cheryl Miller, as great as she was, she played with Pam McGee. Pam McGee is a Hall of Famer, and she was a 2-time All-American. She got to play with her and won 2 championships with her. Not taking away nothing from Cheryl Miller, but Caitlin Clark ain't played with no, All-American. So for me, because Caitlin Clark could dominate not only from the shooting from the outside, the scoring, but the passing of her vision, and able to make her teammates better with the passing was so great and elite. That puts her above all them other women who are just great scorers. You know what I'm saying? The Cheryl Swoops and stuff like that. So, as far as the greatest, to me, it's either Cheryl Miller or Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry, I know she didn't win no championship, but still, that's because she did not have the proper support and care. Otherwise, she would have easily won. And for her to get to 2 championship games with below average rosters, I'm sorry, that's transcendent great, man.
And be the undefeated South Carolina team who would have won last year if they would have made it.
There you go.
You know
what I'm saying?
And then people be like, oh, man. I be like, man, y'all don't realize how much them UConn teams been winning, man. I said, the Sue Birds and the Diana Taurasi, they was all on the same Tina Charles, all them girls in the WNBA. I'm like, Cash Swin, I think a Swin Cash. The girl who had quit because she said everybody was gay and whatever. But those teams been winning since 2000. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So it's not fair.
I'm like,
and then the upset LSU this year when they was undermanned. To me, that 41-12 with 9 threes is one of the greatest games I've ever seen a player play. Man, woman, NBA, college, whatever. The way she was able to control that game with the shooting and the playmaking, some of those passes, just unbelievable, man. So, to me, Caitlin Clark, at worst, is number 2. I'm sorry. No disrespect to the other great legends, got all the championships, but y'all teams were stacked. So it's either her or Cheryl Miller. But
I didn't see Cheryl Miller, so I'm not going to even put her up there for me because I didn't see her, even though I do know she was great and amazing. But in taking the context, people, we haven't seen her in the WNBA yet, so I'm going only off of college. So I'm not talking about. And like you said, Cheryl Miller had Cynthia Cooper. She wasn't Cynthia Cooper yet.
I forgot. Yeah, she played with Cynthia Cooper too. Yeah, and Cynthia Cooper turned out to be a Hall of Famer legend.
Arguably the best player for the first 15 years in the WNBA.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but the thing is that I haven't seen anybody who could have a bad game, and their bad game would be 28 and 10 and 8. And that's her bad game. That's her off game.
Right.
You know, but she's still able to carry a team full of mediocre players and push them towards beating a very good, obvious South Carolina squad, a very good LSU squad, and to beat each one of those each year says a lot, because that's her. Because if you take her off that team, they lose by 40 both games.
Easy.
You know, so I got her number 1, and just since you have 2, I would probably go with my second best player I ever seen. I don't want to say she's the second best, but she the most dominant was Brittany Griner. Oh yeah, she was the most dominant. So if I had to pick a player to start my team with, it'd be Caitlin Clark and Brittany Griner.
Right.
You know, so that would be my team, because Brittany Griner in college was like Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah. So
that's my 2.
All right. Well, that's just our thoughts wrapping up the women's college basketball season. I would salute to Caitlin Clark, outstanding college career. I'm a big fan of her also, and I'll be checking her out in the WNBA. She got me back into women's college basketball because I started watching. I ain't gonna lie. I watched it back in the day, and then I stopped. But then last year, she got me back into it, and I watched it this year, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I discovered new women's players, and I'm looking forward to next year. And salute to Caitlin Clark. You got any final words you want?
Oh, and one more thing I want to say. In regards to the ratings, the TV ratings.
Oh, yeah.
The ratings were amazing. Really, really good ratings. And for the people who want to project it to be something else besides Caitlin Clark, no, don't get it. Let's not get it misunderstood. It was like when Floyd Mayweather used to box. His ratings would be high because it was a lot of people watching, but it was a lot of people who want him to lose, so they was watching.
Right.
So it's good. It's good to have people dislike you because it's good for views also. So I think LSU ratings was like, what, 11 or 12? Somewhere between 11 and 14. Then UConn came with 14. Nobody thought the average viewers were going to be that high. Well, people in general. Right. But it went up with UConn. So LSU not there. So it wasn't the LSU thing. So then they went to South Carolina and it went up higher to like 18 average views. Now, granted, again, a lot of people want to see Caitlin Clark lose like they want to see Floyd Mayweather lose. But the one constant is Caitlin Clark. And if you don't believe it, the Las Vegas Aces, the WNBA champions, have to play in a different arena because they got to get prepared for Caitlin Clark. They playing at the T-Mobile arena where it's 20,000. Their average seating of fans is usually about 9,000. Right. They expecting 20,000 sellout. Everywhere they're raising their tickets $100. Chicago, the Chicago Sky, I believe that's the name of the team. They're raising that game $100. Right. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. People need to embrace this woman. This is the opportunity for the women to get the spotlight and grab it for the WNBA. They need to support and uphold her and push her into the limelight. Don't allow to go into these locker rooms and then you guys want to prove that she's not that good, or you guys want to say give her a hard time with, you know, how they used to do in the NBA, rookie hazing and all that. I'm not saying the WNBA do that, but I can already see that it's a lot of women saying, maybe even the teammates saying, you know what, this is my squad. She's not coming there, because if I was the owner, man, anybody had a problem with her, because she finna bring a lot of money through the door. You be off the team. Indiana Fever, sorry too. Right. Everybody be gone. So my thing is, embrace her, embrace Angel Reese, embrace Cordova. They need Caitlin Clark, because every woman behind her, from Buckers to Hannah Hidalgo to Haley Van Lith, Juju, they all want to benefit from this girl opening the door. I'm starting to see her in endorsements, Gatorade commercials, etc., etc., etc. Juju got the potential to be the greatest woman player ever. She's that talented. Right. She's that talented. She's not better than Caitlin Clark today, but tomorrow. But the money's on the table, the opportunity's there. That's all they have to do is support that girl. And
stop being racist and just show love, man. You know what I'm saying? Character over color, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man, to y'all black folks. Character over color. You know what I'm saying? But that's that, man. We're gonna close it out. It's been a little bit longer episode. You know, we had to catch up. We'll be back on normal schedule Tuesday and Thursday. And again, salute to South Carolina, outstanding season. Salute to all the women in college basketball. Much love to them. Even Angel Reese. Tuesday and Thursday, I'm gonna try to do it 10 a.m. Central Time. Today is gonna be a little bit different. We're a little bit off schedule, but Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. going forward, the Barbershop Talk. And again, salute to all the women. Shout out to South Carolina. Big shout out to Caitlin Clark for what you did. Shout out to all the women, man.
Angel Reese, all of them.
Angel Reese for being the villain. You know, me rooting against you. Salute to you. Salute to LSU. Salute to Juju, one of my favorites. Hannah Hidalgo, Paige Beckers. All the young ladies, man. Y'all did an outstanding job this season. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I started watching NBA because I was watching y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And keep striving, keep moving forward. I look forward to the future. That's that. That's the end of episode 3. We'll catch y'all next time. Salute to everybody. We up out of here, man.
All right. Feel free to comment.
All right. Bye. All right, good people, man. That about wrap things up, man. Salute to y'all, man, for checking it out. That's the conclusion of episode 4, part 2 of long conversation with my buddy Mark. Salute to him, man, for stopping by, chopping it up, giving his thoughts on the Angel Reese situation, Caitlin Clark, women's college basketball in general. You know, he started back watching before I did, and he got me back into it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it this season, man. It was a lot of fun, and like I just said, I stopped watching the NBA because I was enjoying the women, man, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. I appreciate their hard work and their dedication to their craft, and for you know, really playing as a team. And again, salute to South Carolina on an outstanding season, undefeated, champions. They lost one game in 2 years, and if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark having a miraculous game last year, an all-time game, 41 points, they probably would have won back-to-back undefeated. I mean, man, that is amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. So, big shouts out to South Carolina. Big shouts out to Don Staley, man. You know what I mean? Can't do nothing but show respect for that and her hard work she done with them young lady, man. So, salute to them. So, that's that, man. About wraps things up. You know, so just my final thoughts. on the videos that I made. You know, I know we're a smaller channel or whatever, but the people that did hear the videos, I said about Angel Reese and black women and stuff like that. Some people it might have rubbed the wrong way, but you know, I feel like in my heart, the truth had to be said. You know what I'm saying? It was uncomfortable. Yes, I know I was cursing a lot, and I know I was in a pit of rage as I was venting and ranting on the first video about Angel Reese, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why was because of the things that I seen, the actions by people in the black community, specifically black women. And again, I have no problem with black women. I have a problem with the racist black women and the racist black men that have been racist towards Caitlin Clark, because it is unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I was so upset in a pit of rage is because this young lady has done nothing wrong to deserve that type of venom and hate and racial slurs. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know what this deal is with it, you know, some black people, man, but they feel like every white person is the KKK or racist, or is against them or trying to hold them down, which that is not the case. That's the reason why I said character over color. You judge each individual differently on a case-by-case basis. Are there some racist white people that do bad things to black people? Absolutely. And when you run across that, you deal with that accordingly, however you deal with that situation. My suggestion would be get the hell away from them. You know what I'm saying? But there are some white people that are very good people, genuine good people, who have no ill will or ill intent towards black people. And so, whether y'all like it or not, I'm gonna have to agree with Jason Whitlock on some of the things he's been saying. And what he be saying a lot is, sometimes y'all black people, man, growing up with this victimhood mentality and thinking every white person against you, man, that's a bad way of living, man. You know what I'm saying? There are good and bad people of all races, all creed, all nationalities, and all colors. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep saying it. Character over color. Quit looking at color so much. Judge each individual on an individual basis. You know, you deal with them as it is when you run across them, you know what I'm saying? And so that is the reason why I was so upset in a pit of rage, because Caitlin Clark did not deserve that. You know, she has done nothing but show class and love and respect to the predecessors that came before her. And the women that she admired and showing love to is black women. Them UConn teams that she said that were her favorite teams growing up, them teams were full of black women. Her favorite player that she idolized growing up is Maya Moore, a black woman. You know what I'm saying? And so this is a young lady that could be an ally and an asset for the black women that are in the WNBA now that's struggling with viewership. She can help y'all gain viewership, and in the long run, it help y'all gain money. You know, so there's no reason to have all this venom and hate and racism towards her for a young lady that can be an ally. She's not your enemy. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. That's all I want to say. That is the reason why I was so upset, in a pit of rage and angry and venting and cussing, because that young lady does not deserve that type of treatment. Sure, you can root for whatever team you want, and if your team is playing against her and you want to root for your team to beat her, sure, no problem, that's fine, that's sports. But once the game is over with, don't try to dim the young lady's light. Let her light shine and bring viewership to the damn WNBA so that y'all league can grow Y'all don't need money from the NBA, and y'all can survive on y'all own and thrive. And it's more money for women that's in the WNBA. And a lot of y'all are black women. That's more money for y'all, more money for y'all family, more money for y'all children if y'all have it. You know, it's just common sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. I stand on everything I said though in the videos. You know what I'm saying? I salute the people with high character. I'm not riding with y'all black folks that's racist and throwing racist slurs towards this young lady or any other white person that don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of the racism out your heart and put love in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Character over color. Keep that in mind, people. Salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all taking time to listen to me and check out the video, man. I'll catch y'all next time. I'm up out of here, man.